All right, so we're going to go global with my Very Peri chicken, inspired by Peri Peri chicken. Ooh. Now, it's a dish that has roots in South Africa, Portugal, and the first thing we need to do is make the sauce. So the Very Peri sauce is like a peri peri sauce. We're using African bird chilies. You can use Thai bird chilies. We're also using some red jalapeno, yellow bell or orange bell pepper, red bell pepper, some tomatoes, and some red onions. Now, here's the deal, and some garlic. No oil. All right, it's just like a dry char, like I did the green beans that one time. I really like doing a dry char because it gets all the flavor. Plus, when you do an oil on a sauce, it doesn't stay outside the fridge or in the fridge well. When you put it in the fridge, it coagulates all the fat and everything. So don't put the oil in the sauce, and you're sure to have something that you can blitz up and use everywhere. So I'm just getting everything in, stems included, all right, because they'll all blitz down, no big deal. All right, so I got those off. I'm just gonna get these on. It's a lot faster with my hands. And then just skin side down. And this is over direct heat, so we're going for char. So this is like really, really quick. Get these on here.
I love your implementation of the upside down cooling rack, essentially, directly on the grill.
If you can see
bits.
it.
Doesn't fall through.
Right here, this is just a cooling rack. You put it upside down so you have a little bit of something to hang on to.
You could put cast iron too, right? And just sear it in cast iron.
You totally could. And, you know, I've adapted this from inside in the oven, so if you're staycationing and you don't want to get outside, you can also roast this in the oven at like 425.
That's deep staycation when you don't even leave your home.
Deep, deep, deep. All right, so everything is on. It's gonna get nice and charred, just like this. I'm gonna show you how you finish this off. So after everything is charred and in your pot, you wanna add to it some liquid. So we've got some apple cider vinegar.
Must.
Gotta have it. So good in that marinade, too, really. Makes it zing.
This is called, another name for this is Portuguese chicken.
Yeah, I mean, it has its roots in Portugal. And when I went to South Africa, I had it at a chain there, and they served it with pop. Pop is like stiff grits. It's the best way to describe it. It's just stiff grits. And they use it to kind of like eat up all of the sauces and all the really spicy things because you know it takes down the spice. So already in my pot were the tomatoes that I charred, added the onions, the bell pepper, garlic went in, apple cider vinegar. Don't forget those peppers, the red bell pepper and everything. Now what you're gonna do is just add the liquid to the level and no further.
Wow, and that was brown sugar you just put in.
A little bit of brown sugar went in just for a little bit of sweetness.
Be great on anything.
So simple. You can also do this on like fish, exactly. Brush it on vegetables. So Jeezy, I'm gonna bring this to you here.
What would you like me to do?
This isn't done right now. Just blitz it in parts because it's still a little bit warm and then sieve it out.
Okay, see,
yeah,
just
you
like
got that?
That looks great, you see that?
So simple to do.
Simple.
So what you want to do is, before you get to the blitzing station, make sure that you cook it down a little bit. The water's going to evaporate by about half, and the water becomes like a dark color as well, so you know it's got that flavor of everything that roasted. While Jeezy's blitzing, I'm going to show you what it comes out like right this. We're going to use about half of it. Now, the chicken that I'm using today is bone-in, skin off, thighs, legs, and a couple of chicken breasts that I cut in half. For the people that want the white meat, but this is all about the dark meat, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you're staycationing, you gotta take care of whoever is at home with you. So.
Is the skinless chicken traditional to the Peri Peri?
I've always had it skinless, but I'm sure someone out there is like, oh, we gotta have it skin on, you know what I mean?
You want some salt and pepper in this?
Yeah, you can add a little bit of salt and pepper in there to season it up. So you're just gonna do this, mix it around in a sealable bag, put this room temperature, 1 to 2 hours, no longer than that. We've got in a cooler back here, really because outdoors is not room temp. I'm gonna bring it forward, and the next step is to dry everything off. Because we wanna get it onto the grill, but we don't want to start getting all of those sugars caramelized right from the beginning.
I got a fun fact for you guys. You know that peppers get spicier in the summer?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah?
The heat in the sun and the dry heat actually makes the peppers produce more capsaicin. So, you know, so things start activating, obviously, in the sun and the heat. But we got a couple different peppers right here. Sonny, I believe you're using the one kind of lower on the scale here, but still pretty spicy
jalapenos, yeah.
And then you're using the bird's eye chilies, too, or the African chilies. So those are the hottest of the group here. So from jalapenos, you go to serrano, which are these long little kind of dark green chilies used in a lot of Mexican cooking. And then, of course, the habanero. very popular.
Yeah.
Very famous.
Hot and spicy.
Very, very spicy.
Which
but
actually
great
has a flavor profile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think this has got like the fruitiest flavor out of all of them. And then these little guys, don't think just because they're little, they're not packing a punch. These pack quite a punch. So if you want to experiment with all these in your marinades, in your peri peri sauce, start low, taste as you go, taste that marinade, especially before you add your chicken to it. So taste as you go. Make sure it's up to your spice preference.
All right, I'm just getting the chicken over direct heat. I'm gonna char it first, but I like to go slick side down. So slick side down, we're gonna start over the char, and then we're gonna flip it over to indirect heat when we get that chance. All right, so I have some started already over here. And they've been going for a minute.
Spin the globe on that one.
So these started off on the direct heat, moved them over to indirect heat to kind of finish the inside cooking. The last 5 to 10 minutes or so, that's when you're gonna hit them with the brush and get them a nice lather of that sauce that we made beforehand. If you're gonna eat with your hands, you should be licking your fingers, so make it nice and sticky. Get this over here. Ready to go.
At first, I was like, "Well, why isn't she just leaving the skin on?" But now I see it's all evenly caramelized, and then not just the skin that's caramelized, but the meat itself.
Yeah, you want it nice and sweet, charred. You don't want any gummy skin. You want it to really kind of be nice and crisp also. And there's a chance to make it crisp.
And this is the pop you're talking about?
Yeah, so this is just my kind of version of it, actually. But yeah, so you get the polenta in a tube, just slice it, olive oil, salt, and pepper, get it on the grill, flip it so you can get those grill marks.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's kind of like pop, my very Peri spicy chicken. Yes, please.
I was gonna say I want a thigh, but it's all thigh, all the time.
Get a little piece of polenta. If it's too spicy, it'll kind of take that spice down.
Get it right in here.
Want some, Jeff?
I'll have some after he's done. He's eating on that.
Yeah? Yeah?
So rich, so deep. That's such a simple little twist with the peppers.
Thank you.
But it's robust. Every single pepper you taste, it's just spicy enough, just to the edge. Chicken's perfectly cooked, and I'm going in for the party.